Take a deep breath. Oh, it's like 100 degrees. Just don't mind my AC going because it's hot and I'm not gonna turn it off, otherwise I will probably die of a heat stroke. Alright everyone, welcome back to my channel. That's Susie. Susie's sitting in the back. Basically today what the topic is I'm going to rant. So today's rant is going to be about something that I get very passionately mad and irritated with, and that is the topic of moochers. People who mooch off their parents, mooch off their money, mooch off all of their like privileges that they have, blah 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 blah. And I have a couple different scenarios of these kind of people. One category of these type of people are older people. Now, these people are the ones that irritate me the most because you should have your shit together. You should be making your own income. You should be like doing all of the stuff that adults do, but you don't. I really don't care about like outing anybody because nobody really watches my channel. My whole thing with adults who are moochers is, like I said, you should have your shit together. I am 21 years old in less than a week. And granted, I don't have the best job in the world. I am working on that. I have an interview on Thursday. Granted, I don't have the best job. I am still making some income. I help my mom pay the bills. Like, I pay my own phone bill, like all that stuff. I help pay the oil, the electric, all that stuff. Older people, on the other hand, who are moochers and who suck off of their parents' money and their parents' shelter and like all this stuff, boggle my mind, because it's like, how? Like, how can you even, okay, I understand, like, oh, like, they have the money, like, they can take care of me, blah, 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 it's a comfort thing. However, that, first of all, that's no excuse. And you should be an adult. Being an adult isn't just, like, your age. Like, it has a meaning to it. Like, you should be making your own steady income, taking care of your children, and just, like, functioning in society because you're an adult. You've been on this earth for 40 plus years and you still haven't learned that. There's a difference between adults. So basically we're just going to talk about adults first and then I'll go into the youth. There's a thing with adults. There's two different like categories, I would say. One, they have never had a job. They have never made their own steady income enough to get their own housing and like all that stuff. So they live with their parents, blah blah blah, they mooch off of them. And then there's another side where they had a good job, they had their own house, they had their family, and then shit went down and now you live with your parents and you are totally fine with that. Like, you're totally comfortable. How do you go from one lifestyle of being productive and being a part of society for years and then go and mooch off of your parents? Like, complete, like, 100 to 0 real fucking quick. Like, what? Like, I don't get that. Talking about this just like gets me angry. And usually when I'm filming videos I don't show as much emotion as I would talking not in front of a camera because I try to filter myself, which is so fucking stupid. I'm trying to like break out of that a little bit, but this is only my third real YouTube video, so bear with me. So yeah, in conclusion to the adult moocher category, I just think that it is so frustrating and so stupid that an adult can't go out into society and like get a job. Even just a job, even if you're still living with your parents, which isn't okay, but even if you're still living with your parents, at least you can get a job to get yourself back on your feet. You know what I mean? Like, does that make sense? It's just stupid. Like, the whole thing just pisses me off on a whole nother level. And yeah, that's the adult category. Hold on one second. I need my fucking vape. Okay. My therapist just texted me. Okay, I tried to start talking when I was like exhaling. It just didn't work. Alright, so that pretty much concludes the adult side of things. But now I'm gonna talk about something that I have personal experience listening to, dealing with all of this stuff. Granted, I have personal experience with the adult Moochers, but that I don't talk to that person. Like, I don't get as much information from them and their side as much as I do my, like, youth, basically. Moving on to the teenage young adult Moochers. Now this is where I get frustrated. I really don't want to, like, out anybody, but there are a couple people that come to mind. And I'm not going to say any names, I'm not going to do any of that shit because it's just stupid. But if they're watching this, like, they know who they are. I know a couple people that are totally comfortable without a job of any kind whatsoever. And they think that going to school is enough. Which, granted, it totally is. Like, that's fine. But these people don't actually go to school and live at school. They have time to go out and find a job and find their own income. I'm so sorry. I'm not gonna have a filter. If you're watching this, I am so sorry. So I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go. Basically, you cannot be using your parents' money, your parents' credit cards. You cannot be doing all of that and spending a lot of money, like spending a unnecessary amount of money on your parents' credit cards. Like that, it's just, where is that gonna get you in life? You are a young adult. You should be able to go out into the world, find a part-time job, just make some, like $100 a week. That is nothing, but it is something to get you started into finding your own job, finding your own income, because where is using your parents' money and credit cards gonna get you in life? Where? Like, you're already late. I've been working, listen, I have been working since I was 15 years old, and that's normal. Like, a lot of teenagers start working when they are 15, 16, 17 at the latest. I know people who are 20 years old, 20 plus years old, that have never worked a day in their life. And if they have, it was for like a day. And then they quit because they just couldn't do it. If I gave up on working because I couldn't do it and it was too much, I would never have even had a job. Working is hard. Working in customer service, you have to have a backbone, you have to be able to deal with people, but you're trained to do that. These people didn't even last long enough in a job to be taught how to do that. So, like, how are you gonna live? How are you gonna go about when your parents, God forbid, pass away, but that's when they're older? How are you gonna be 30-something years old and be like, oh shit, now I have to go out and get a job because my parents are dead, like, they're not here anymore. I can't just take their credit cards and go shopping, go buy the things I need. You need to learn earlier than 30 plus years old how to go out, work, make a steady income, and be able to pay for your own shit. I think the reason that this bothers me so much is because I am someone who has been a hard worker since I was 15 years old. I help my mom pay the bills. I help feed myself, basically. And these people are just mooching off their parents like it's no big deal. And then they get pissy at me when I'm like, you need to go get a job. No, like, I'm too anxious. Like, I can't function in society. It's just too much for me. No, it's not! You are taught to deal with people once you start working. You can't just be anxious your whole life and be like, oh, like, it's too much for me. Like, that's no excuse. That's no excuse whatsoever. I have been dealing with anxiety and depression since I was, like, 12 years old. Yet 3 years later, I went out, I got a job that I was working 30 hours a week. When I was 16 years old, I was working 30 hours a week. There is no reason why you can't be working even 12 hours a week. You need to find something that is going to get you into society, get you working, get you trained to work. Like, it's simple, but people have a hard time functioning that in their head, like, hey, I need to go out and I need to start working so that I get used to it, so that when my parents are no longer here and I can't take their credit card, go and get whatever I want for food, or just spend money on all this stupid shit that you don't need. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do when they go, when they're dead, when they die? What are you gonna do? You're just gonna sit at home and pretend that you're looking for jobs, or that you're trying to find a job, blah, blah, blah. There is always someone who's hiring. Granted, I work a shitty job right now with no hours, but I just got a call for an interview on Thursday. You know why? Because I'm out looking for jobs. Like, it's not that hard. Oh my god. I'm letting loose, and I know that some people are gonna get offended by this if they watch this, but you need to hear it. And this is facts. This is not just me saying it. This is how it is. Like, this is the hard, cold truth. You need to find a job and make your own income. You cannot be mooching off your parents for the rest of your life, because they're not gonna be here for the rest of your life. Like, I don't get it. I don't get that mindset. Basically, to conclude this video, just go out and find a job if you are a moocher. Go out and find a regular job where you have to interact with people and you get a steady income weekly. Every week you get a steady income. Doing jobs like sporadically and making money whenever you make money is not enough. You need a weekly or bi-weekly, because I get bi-weekly. You need something like set, basically. Like, you need something that is going to pay you on routine, on schedule, and you know when you're gonna get paid, and you know your hours. If that isn't clicking with you, then I don't know how else to say it. You need a regular job, not just something sporadic work. So yeah, that concludes this, basically, because I don't want to go on too long. I could go on for hours about this topic, to be honest, but I'm not going to. I basically let out all the generics, so if you're watching this, go get a job. Just go get a job. So that concludes my rant on Moochers, the topic of Moochers. If you enjoyed this rant, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. And if you want another rant video, you can leave topics in the comments, even though I know people don't watch my videos. But if you do, if you come across this and you want more rant topics, let me know. And, yeah. I'm gonna go watch Floribama Shore now and decompress. So, I will see you guys in my next video. Don't know what it's gonna be yet, never know what it's gonna be, so, yeah. Hope you enjoyed. Sorry for being negative. I'll see you next week. Bye! Okay.